What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to explain you how to avoid being out of stock and what are the consequences of being out of stock and possibly your product not getting the same amount of sales when you come back to stock. So it's a serious issue and let's discuss it in this video. Okay guys, before we start with the diagram and the video, and I created this diagram to help you kind of break down it into digestible steps and in a really logic linear way. But before we do it, I wanted to remind you to join our Facebook group. It's only $10 lifetime membership, and I do it for $10 to make sure that it's only sellers, only serious people will join, because when you pay for something, you take it more seriously. For those of you that are going to buy also the course, you get a free membership. It went up a little bit from $294, the launching price, to I think, okay, so it's now for $369 for the full course or $469 for the full course plus consulting call. So you can have 1 hour of call breakdown into either 30 minutes, 2 calls, or one hour. And I usually recommend the people to book it only after they consume and finish all the course. So if they have any questions, they can ask me one-on-one. Anyway, this is the diagram. Let's go over it and let me break down on what you should do. When should I place my next order? That should be your first question when you come and you manage your inventory. And it's very crucial because there are a lot of moving parts and steps that has to be taken from the moment that you place order to the moment that it's by the Amazon warehouse. So the steps are the following. When you place an order, you talk with your supplier. You hopefully have one supplier, so you have to put the order with them, and then it's probably going to take you 30 days for shipping, another probably 45 days for sea shipping, and another 15 days probably, and again that's with buffer, it could be less, it could be more, for the Amazon, for the inventory to be received by Amazon. So we're talking about probably like 90 days of from the moment you place the order to the moment that it's by Amazon. So you need from today enough inventory for 90 days to be available by Amazon in order to avoid being out of stock. So you always need to kind of foresee when you're going to be out of stock and having enough inventory or avoiding out of stock. There is an easy way to fix it by ordering enough inventory and having enough inventory aside, so you don't have to do things really on overlapping or really being left with 5 days of supplies. You want to have enough buffer time, security or safety stock, we call it, of like 40-45 days or 2 months even. That's a healthy, normal kind of stock. The more you have, the more you're prepared for things that are unknown, like COVID when it happened. Those people that have 6 months of inventory or 1 year of inventory had a lot of advantage of others because they had inventory while no one else had inventory, and they could raise the price and be much more profitable and don't really lose all those sales. So it's a very, very important, and it's like an art, but I will try to break it down into strict steps that could help you avoid being out of stock and not really know what to do. So let's say today we come and we ask ourselves, when should I place my next order? Sometimes, so it really depends how you can do it. What I do, I'll show you right now. I use software. I use Scale Inside, the software that helped me to manage PPC. They also have restock feature, which is really cool. I love it. So let me show you how it looks. Okay, so they have this page called Restocking Forecasting, right? And as you can see here, it's sorted by days to reorder. Now this will work only when you put the production time and the freight time, okay? And then after you have the production time and the freight time, the system knows, based on your sales velocity, the amount of sales that you're getting every day, what or when you should be ordering more stock. In my event for this product, I have 0 days to order, but I forgot to update that I have in production. I already placed an order, so I have 715 production, and let's refresh the page. Let's see what happened. Even with 715 production, I would need to order more. The restock amount that I need is 3,286. This is my first product, or sorry, the first time I order inventory for this product, and it's a hit. It's a home run, And as you can see, I only reordered 750 at the day that I saw that. It was much less than that, but now we are getting much more sales, like 21 sales. So it's one, that's only from Amazon. We're also getting more sales from other channels, and it's only variation. One variation we're already out of stock. So for this one, I'm going to probably be out of stock. So I'll have to be or take some measures that I'm going to share with you now on. I mean, in this video on what to do when you see something like that, okay? But let's come back. So in my case, the next order that I should place is today, right? What can I do now? That means that I need to take those actions. Will you be out of stock? I will be probably out of stock because look, I need to order 3286 by the time I'm going to do air shipping. By the way, I'm going to do air shipping to avoid out of stock, but basically I'm going to have this 750 going to be ready only today to ship. So, and it's true, it's only today, like actually the 12th, Monday, tomorrow, December 12th. So that means that 750, I will ship them air shipping. I'm gonna do fast shipping, so it's going to be 30 days. 30 days, I have only 249 units. With this means that it will last only for 10 days. So I'm going to be 20 days out of stock, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ship it air shipping, like express tomorrow, and hopefully it will get on time. But other than that, I have to increase prices. I have to make sure that I going to do those steps that I'm going to show you here.
If you guys enjoy the content that I'm working very hard to provide and produce for you for free, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with any feedback or questions do you have, because I personally reply to every comment.
First of all, increase prices. Why? Because when you increase prices, most likely your sales will slow down because less people will buy the product for a higher price. Most of the time. Sometimes you increase the price and you get more sales, or it doesn't really change the amount of sales that you get. So the next step for me is to definitely increase the price, and later on, really maybe tomorrow or the next day, really keep an eye, see if I get less sales. If I get less sales, it's good, I don't do anything. But if I don't get less sales, I get more sales or the same amount of sales, I might need to pause my PPC campaigns, as you can see here. I have it twice here by mistake, but you have to either post your PPC campaigns so you get only organic sales. What will it create? It will create a good profit. It will increase your profit margins dramatically, and that's really good for your business. But obviously, we're not doing it because of that. We're doing it because we want to avoid being out of stock. If we're going to be out of stock, it's going to be very hard to predict whether how we're going to come back from this out of stock. Sometimes you come out of that stock like normal, just few days, you put it in and you come back to normal sales. But sometimes the product doesn't come back to what it was before, and it's impossible to get it back to what it was. And that's why it's so risky and so important to make sure you avoid being out of stock. Okay, let's pretend that we don't have to order stock today. We're not going to be out of stock. What you should do in a normal day to avoid being out of stock. If it's sometimes in the future, for example, like this one, it's telling me 23 days, I have to reorder in 23 days, right? So that's when I come and ask myself, should we have any prep before due date? Should we have anything that is related, like boxes or packaging, that it's not related to the supplier, that I can prepare ahead of time? Because anyway, I know that in 23 days, I'm going to have to reorder. Do I need to have inserts? Do I need to have labels? Do I need to prepare inspection company? Do I need to do any other preps that don't depend on placing the actual order for the big order, that I can take today to make sure that later on I will not have any issues? Then do it today. Okay. Now, after these are the actions that we took to avoid being out of stock, but we want to also prevent it in the future. What are the ways to prevent being out of stock or being in a situation like this? This is very hard to prevent because usually what I do, I don't really order ton of inventory. I only ordered 500 units per variation. Why? Because it's too risky to order 3 or 4 or 5,000, even though it's recommended to do it like that. But I don't like to put myself in risk. I like to take small risks. If it works good, I can reorder quick, and that's what I did. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time, but right now we're going to do another order, third order, while the 750 is ready. Now remember, when we have 3 variations, I ordered 750 from each variation, plus added another variation of other color. So I'm going to have 2000 units in stock. Now, I'm going to show you that if I plug in 2000 units today, and because they're not in production, it's not going to take this production time. It's inbound to shipment to FBA, 2000 today, tomorrow. So that means that I only have to restock 390. I'm sorry, 0. Okay, I have to stop. I'm sorry. Days to reorder. I still have enough time. I still probably have 11 days of supplies. It's inbound to FBA. Actually, it's not that accurate because if it's shipping today, it's going to be 30 days. I'm going to be minus 20 of supply. So that means that I have to order today. Let's do freight time 70. Means that today I have to order probably another 2000. That's what I thought. Okay. So you need to understand how those things work, how it's being calculated. So you kind of, don't do mistakes and order 4,000 when you only need 2,000. Okay. So work with the software like I'm using. It's going to make your life much easier. I used to do it on Excel. I have videos about that. It's good. It's working well, but software is easier. Check your inventory at least 2 times a week. Understand all moving parts and buffers. Understand that you have production time. Understand that you have freight time. Understand that you have time that from the moment that it arrived to the port to the moment that it's being received by Amazon, a buffer time. And always add a little extra few days to make sure that you don't calculate it wrong. In accurate calculation of safety stock, make sure that you have safety stocks, 2 months of stock for products that you have track record, that you have enough sales history to avoid interruptions and supply chain issues. Better relationships with suppliers. If you build a better relationships, they can help you in case you come to a conclusion that you have to reorder today. You can come and reduce the production time, let's say from 45 days to 25 days, explaining them that you're going to be out of stock and it's going to hurt your business big time. And if you have a good relationship, they are going to help you and reduce that time from 45 to less time. So this is what it about how to avoid being out of stock. I hope I was able to break down with this diagram it in an easy to digest way, in a linear way on how you should approach it or how I approach it in my business, and hopefully it will help you avoid being out of stock and manage your supply chain better. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.